One of the items that had fallen off the truck was a vintage samurai sword, still in its scabbard. It was no replica and had been made with a very high level of skill and attention. So he did what any rational person in his situation would do. He took it home with him. Samurai sword acquired.
Fuck yeah.
So he put the sword under his bed in the bedroom. I don't know where the bed he is. For safekeeping and easy access, I guess. The horse mutilation was the final straw, though, and it was going to be a blood sport now.
Yeah.
He felt what was done to his horses was an act of intimidation and confrontation.
Yeah, like waking up to a horse's head in your bed.
This means war.
Fuck yeah. He's gonna single-handedly fuck up this alien race.
Where'd the horse and head in the bed come from?
Godfather. As an act of intimidation.
Seen it.
You've never seen it.
No,
to intimidate the other guy, family.
Okay.
That was not it. There's levels to it, but yeah, the guy woke up and in bed in his fancy mansion bed, and he felt around under the blanket. He's like, it's all wet, and he put his hands up, and they're covered in blood, and he throws open the blanket, and there's just blood everywhere, and there's a horse's head in bed.
All right. That's how I'm going to intimidate people from now on. Horse head.
There you go.
Now, he started to see the Greys coming into our reality from wherever they came from, more often. He describes it as someone peeking out of a shower curtain, so all you could see was their face or head.
Okay.
This was how the Greys would peek into our reality at his ranch. I can't say that for everything, but at least at his ranch. You would see their face or head peeking through before they would step into our reality. They basically were looking to see if they was there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he would be sitting on the couch, when out of the corner of his eye, this is the story. I don't know how to say he would be. Sorry. He was sitting on the couch, when out of the corner of his eye, he would see them peeking out in his peripheral vision. If he made it known that he saw them, they would step through. They wouldn't step through. Sorry. So if you made it known,
you, motherfucker.
they wouldn't step through. He contributed the change in pressure that he felt in the house with that of the presence of the Greys.
Mm-hmm.
So if you remember David Huggins, and I think the Berkshire one we talked about, there's a change in pressure before the aliens come in. So that's another case of this. So this change in pressure, I'm wondering if it has something to do with the portals.
Yeah. Question for you.
Absolutely.
Not that it is an example of you seeing an alien or anything like that. Mm-hmm. But have you ever felt something that you could say accurately, like, is best described as a change in pressure around you?
I haven't been aware of it. I feel just, I have the feeling that someone's there before, but I don't know if that would be considered a change in pressure.
Right, because I was just thinking about it the other day when we were talking about it. I don't know if I've ever had an experience where I could say accurately that best describes it. So I'd be interested is to someday, if that ever happened, to be like, oh, this is it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. If you do what he's about to describe now, maybe you'll find out.
Cool.
Maybe you'll find out. But yeah, the David Huggins thing, he talked about the pressure as well as portals into his room. So
as well as titties.
Lots of titties. Lots of alien gray human body, gray head titties. Weird.
Intermingling.
But it's one of those things where all these tales keep like intertwining with certain facts.
Mm-hmm.
Not saying they're true or not. I just want to point out there's always some kind of something.
Yeah, as a visualization of it. Yeah. If you took every story all together through how many different types of stories, and you have all these lines, imagine these lines are different beats in the story.
Yes.
If you overlay them on top of each other, the darker ones are where they overlap. That's where the truth is.
I 100% agree.
Mm-hmm.
So, back to kind of what he has to do so that the Greys would step into his
sorry
reality.
for the tangent.
No, I welcome it as always. He learned how to control his thinking when he felt the pressure change, as to not allow this to put him into a negative mood. As every time the pressure changed, he would go into a negative mood.
Yep.
in the Patreon, we're not going to talk about too much. In the Patreon, we will though. This negative energy and just the purpose of energy is what I'm trying to say.
Okay.
So we'll talk about that later. But we're just telling the story of the ranch on the main cast.
Yeah.
So he says that the negative feelings and the bad moods he and Joyce would have while living there were caused by the Greys.
Mm-hmm.
He will get more on but he will get to more of this in a second. So apparently I do talk a little bit about it. I can't even remember what the fuck I typed like 4 days ago. Sure enough, he saw them out of the peripheral vision, out of his peripheral vision, Jesus Christ, and stepped into the... Woo! Sure enough, he saw them in his peripheral vision and stepped into our reality in his sunroom. There, I said it right.
Beautiful.
He had a clear line of vision of them from where he sat on the sofa. Now that they had entered our reality fully, he got up and went to the bedroom. He grabbed that samurai sword. He went down the hallway to the sunroom where they wouldn't see him coming. He unsheathed the sword, glanced around the corner, and he saw 3 Greys just standing there. They would always come in threes. There was 1 principal and 2 subordinates. He said.
Okay.
He took a slow, deep breath.
He bowed.
Charged into the room, and he swung away.
Yeah?
He cut the head clean off the lead Grey, and the other 2 dematerialized immediately.
Yeah.
But the one with the head cut off, he remained. A headless body and a head just lying there on the floor.
Yeah, fuck that thing. Not like literally.
I get it. I knew. Yeah, fuck, I got you.
This'll show them.
Throat fuck you. Jesus. He wrapped the 2 body, not the 2 body parts, he wrapped the 2 parts of the body in plastic and he put them in his large freezer that he kept with meat.
Yeah, sure.
I don't really know why I'd put them in there, but hey, I mean, if you had a Grey alien and proof of Grey life, I guess I would fucking,
Mm-hmm.
When Joyce got home, When Joyce got home that evening, she saw the brownish liquid on the floor, and John had no option but to tell her what had happened. Her only response was, "What did you do with the corpse?" It was just so, like, all these abnormalities were so common that she wasn't even fazed by it.
They were just desensitized to it, yeah.
What'd you do with the corpse?
Yeah. Meanwhile, she comes home, he's walking around the house with the sword on his shoulder, just like, oh, yeah. Woo!
It's dried now.
Big man on campus.
I've been waiting for a while, Joyce. This is dried now, but this was dripping blood, for a fact.
For a fact.